Okay, so now we're going to deal with Mama Auset. Where Auset is on the pillar of identity, it has to do with your conditionings, right? Auset is that aspect of you that remembers the things that you like and what you don't like, and what made you comfortable, what made you uncomfortable, and there is an identification with those things. Whereas again, Oser, which is her perfect correlate. Oser is, we'll talk about this a little bit more, but he is opposite that. He's all about, no likes, neutral, no dislikes, neutral disposition. Things like that. So when you get an Auset card, what's being looked at is, what are you identifying yourself as? Are you identifying yourself as or with the world and the things of the world, and with your past conditionings, right? Are you identifying with the fact that you love the color blue, or you love the color red, or you love the color pink? You love this so much, you identify with this. This is something that you really make a part of you. That's an Auset. That's an expression of your Auset faculty. On some levels, there's no harm there, but on many levels, there is harm. Again, you got to look at where Auset is on the tree. Auset's at the bottom of the tree. So again, we're talking about a place where the rest of the faculties haven't had a chance to express themselves. Right, so we're talking about a young person again, spiritually, right? That has to be qualified. Don't get it wrong. Like I'm saying that if you're an Auset, you're a young person spiritually. No, I'm saying that whereas Auset is the seat of the conditionings, the height of your spirit, the highest aspect of your spirit, there's no conditioning. So here we're identifying with conditionings. So you put it together. In terms of being spiritual or growing in your spirituality, where do you want to be? Okay, so Auset is the patient person, the cool, the yielding. Auset is intuitive, right? We'll talk about how Auset governs over the oceans. So Auset has to do with water. So she's receptive, accepting, sympathetic, empathetic, telepathic, psychic even, because of the water. Right? Water is a receptive medium, right? Auset also governs dreams. For those of you that have trouble dreaming at night, first you want to look and see, make sure that you're, try meditating before you go to sleep, so that your spirit is in a calm place. I don't just watch, some crazy action movie and try and go to sleep, or come out from a party and just crash. You probably won't remember your dream. Your spirit is too riled up. So you meditate, get calm, and place a bowl of water place it on your nightstand or somewhere nearby your bed, hopefully near your head. And I bet you'll have dreams in the morning. Yeah, and let me know if that works for you. So type your experience in the little box down there. Right. So again, we're talking about someone who's cool, collected. One of Auset's things is humility, modesty, following. Right. Auset also governs trance, right? Going into trance. That's why we said about dreams, right? So Auset is all about meditation. If you look at Auset's glyph, you see that there is a seat. She has a seat over top of her head. Well, that seat represents sitting in meditation, right? The seat represents meditation, basically, where the spirit can now sit and go into trance, right? Yeah, I think this is the there's a reason why Auset is all about the emotions and these types of things, because Auset is a programming faculty. It's one of your faculties that program you, right? That help you to program yourself, right? Now, if you're unaware of this, then you'll get off into the negative aspects of Auset. But in using Auset faculty for what it's for, you want to be focused on things like meditation, and you want to compose yourself a little script that you will see in meditation to help you to change your behavior or manifest something that you're trying to manifest, right? Auset is a big juju lady, right? She's like many people talk about how Auset was involved in the resurrection of Osir and things like that. And by the way, her name is Auset and not Isis. Isis is the name that the Greeks gave her, but again, Isis doesn't carry the power that Auset carries, and names and words have power. So, we call her Auset. All right, just throwing that out there because it needs to be out there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a video where I'm gonna go through all the deities, and then we're gonna correct those misnomers that have been placed upon them. All right, so back to Auset. All right, so the way that she was actually able to do that, right, in terms of resurrecting Osir, was through her faculty. She's the faculty of devotion, right? Auset is the emotions, right? So Auset was able to, be devoted to this task of resurrecting Osir because, one, that was her husband, right? What she did was, she remembered, right? They say, it's a clever thing that the ancient Egyptians did with this story. I made a video about it. You should check it out. Basically what she says is she remembers. Auset governs the memory, but she gathers up the 14 pieces and she puts them back together. And and this is all an act of devotion. Where all of the other deities, they forgot about Osir. They went and started doing what they were doing. They were up under Set's leadership, right? So Auset was the only one that said, "No, we're not going there. We're gonna find Osir." Right, and and she was able to immaculately conceive Heru, and these are all metaphorical references to your spirit at work. These are not characters that walked around. This is not simply a dumb mythology, something that just has no meaning, and it's just a story. No, this is not a story. This is these stories, these stories that you see on the walls in Kemet were all about how your spirit works, and that's the genius of those people, Okay, so Auset is about the devotion, right? These are all the spiritual aspects of Auset. Now, when you look out into the world, Auset represents the home, right? Just as the masculine energy, right, the testosterone energy, look towards the outside intruders or people who were coming to the home or to the family or whatever to make good or make bad, right? They were greeted by the male, right? Or in terms of going out and getting hunting or getting supplies or whatever like that. The outside was the male's domain, but the inside, due to the woman's nature of receptivity and, intuition and things like that, the mother's place is the home, right? The mother is the receptive entity who, the mother knows everything. When you at the home, and it's a question about what to do, you go straight to mom, right? So that's what that's about, So mom governs the home, right? It's all about what's comfortable. You go off into a place that's, a home that's immaculately decorated and things like that. All of that's the mother, right? Because she governs comforts, whether it be creature comforts, a bunch of pets, running around to, kind of make her feel homey or whatever like that, to make the place comfortable, things like that. That's the mom's thing. What I mean? For years people would come over my house and it would be like, dag, because people would look around and there wouldn't be no decorations and not like that. I needed to work on my Auset faculty in that way, because that stuff never really mattered to me. But that's the Auset thing, making things comfy. You know what I'm saying? You Auset gonna get them pillowcases and that nice soft jiggy comforter. You know what I mean? The Snuggie, that's an Auset thing. Like just like that, that's some slippers. That's some real good Auset references right there. Right. So take all of that I just said about Auset in the home and place it towards the family. Right. Deduce from that, Auset is that individual, that spirit of man that cares for you, cares for things, right? So that's what the creature comforts is all about, caring for something. So right, the home, the home is where the family is. So you see Auset, it's all about that family as well. Yeah, let's see what else. Auset governs the moon, right? The cycles of the moon, the oceans, right? The water. Her color is dark blue, or actually aqua blue is the best Auset color. She governs over women, mostly adult women, right? Mothers, especially, right? Pregnancy, also, especially, also babies, right? Things that, and why? Because, the Auset is that intuitive faculty, right? So you say mother's intuition, right? The mother's intuition is what it takes to care for the child, right? Or care for whoever that person, right? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be a mother. But that intuition is what you need for caring. So the concept of caring falls under Auset, right? Auset are your nurses, they're your healers, right? Your caregivers, right? People also who work around water, right? Maybe not so much lifeguards, right? But the beach itself, right? Not so much lifeguards, because that would be more of a Heru thing where you're coming in, you're acting as a savior or whatever like that. But also sea creatures and things like that, things that come from up out of the ocean, right? Those are all Auset stuff. And okay, going on to physiology, Auset is cold and moist, right? That's the state of receptivity. That's the state that facilitates one's ability to receive, right? To be receptive, right? This is why it's best to meditate at night if you're looking for insight, if you're looking to receive things, right? So look at, to go into the inner plane and actually, get a message and things like that, right? You want to meditate at night, especially right before you go to bed, because you take the stuff into your dreams and your spirit works it out. The 5%ers, they call the woman the wisdom, right? And it's an interesting thing because in the Kemetic prayers to Auset, we say the words of power, and then we say Sa and Onk, Dwa Auset and Onk Nu, Sa and Onk, which means the wisdom of life. And basically what that is the wisdom of life is devotion to God, right? Auset is devotion, right? So that is the wisdom. That's what we're saying. That's the wisdom of life, is to be devoted to God, right? You're, Auser and Auset, right? Sphere 1 and sphere 9 make the whole 10, right? You have all the devotion to awakening and becoming your highest self. That's the thing. That's the thing that you want for growth in life, for proper growth and development of your spirit in life, right? Okay, so back to physiology. The reproductive system in females, that's Auset stuff, right? So you get negative Auset, you might be looking at infertility issues, right? Also digestive issues, right? She deals with the assimilation of the food, nurturing stuff, nourishment, stuff like that. By the same token, you receive an Auset, and it could be talking about food or nourishment as well, right? Restaurants are a place that Auset governs, because why? Auset, food is something that you use to care for yourself, right? Get yourself some food. Right, your health again, right? But more so Geb is the health, but yeah, Auset can also be speaking about getting yourself some nourishment, some sleep as well, because again, we talked about her governing dreams, the parasympathetic things like that, going within, right? Auset is that internal, right, introspective piece, right? The danger of Aset is that it can allow one to be complacent with their conditionings, right? You'll be comfortable with the things that you have identified as your person, right? Because you have your person and you have yourself. And those things, many times people identify their person as their self. And that's the danger, right? That's the danger, because you get, you might be someone who gets mad when somebody does XYZ. And you talk about it like that. I get mad when somebody does XYZ, right? But how right is that? If you're a creature that's supposed to be developing itself, right? If you're supposed to be developing and growing, then there's not too many things that are supposed to get you mad, right? Mad is something that's Geb level stuff. That's low level stuff, right? So again, so that Auset piece is something that you have to check and to really steer properly, because you have a danger now of falling into your conditionings and being complacent with them, right? So, as opposed to dealing with things at the level of Osir, which is your true self, which, can't be disturbed in terms of its peace, right? Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there. That's all set. Again, I urge you to get to the Metu Neter. That is the Metu Neter Volume 1, 2, 3, all the way through 7 by Ra Un Nefer Amen. And yeah, let me know your experiences. Put your stuff in the comment section. Peace.